Greetings, welcome. Greetings. Hope y'all can hear me. I had to switch devices. Hopefully this one is better, not sure. The wisdom of the nervous system. But believe it or not, it's going somewhere. It's tying into, it's not quite what you think. Okay, it's not a science class or a biology class, though it may sound like that, seem like that. Let's see, what's that? It's going to tie into when we're tapping in, if you're on this path of ascension, healing, awakening, a divine being, love and light, blah, da, 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 right? And what you've come here with, like everything from your soul's journeys that you brought right with you into this Akash. From the Akash to this lifetime. So what happens is, this is, again, I think I talked about it earlier in the past life karmic reading. All of that stuff is stored. Not only all of the events, but, the effects of that on your body, right? And so I'm going to just go ahead and talk. I'm not going to pause and wait or address anyone here because I really need to get this out, because I need to get this onto my YouTube as well. And so, hold on one second. With that being said, if there was a lot of drama and trauma and so forth, yes, the central nervous system is going to be wired. But here's the wisdom of it. This is why highly sensitives or divines or whatever you call it, yes, they have a lot of trauma. They have a tendency to appear a certain way. But, that's only to those that are not awakened, very surface, shallow 3D, and don't really have a lot of knowledge and understanding about a lot of stuff. And so they just look at things as, face value. But this nervous system is going to be given alerts in your body. If you are a divine being, if you resonate as that, no matter what labels and titles you call yourself, or if you don't even use them, you're still gonna know, okay? Your body, long before you became awakened and long before you became in the know or the knowledge about this stuff, was giving you alerts about different energies, different people, different frequencies, different beings in different places. Okay, so for an example, the karmics in your life, usually, okay, this is going to be why, for no apparent reason, you're going to find that you are uncomfortable, you are uneasy, you don't feel safe, you feel like you have to be hyper vigilant and, around certain people, places, and things, even though there's nothing that appeared to be happening, at least not in a 3D, okay, at least not in 3D. So hopefully, if you consider yourself to be a divine feminine, divine masculine, or on an ascension path, whether you choose to use that or verbiage or not, start paying attention to that. Don't discard it, don't discredit it, and don't allow the narcissistic template and individuals who operate in that to convince you that this is all in your head, that there's something wrong with you, nothing is happening, they don't mean you no harm, and all of that. Okay, so don't go there. Now, take that with some caution. I'm really speaking to those, I'm really speaking to those who are certain about that, okay? Because you get to a certain place of the development, you know what's happening, you've done your due diligence, research, and things of that nature, okay? So don't play with it, okay? Don't sit there and allow yourself, no matter who you are, to go, because that could be life or death for you, okay? It could be life or death, especially if you have the bounty hunters. Like, for an example, my family is involved. I'm just going to put it out there on the record. Okay. They're involved. Okay. They practice dark magic. Okay. Satanism, Luciferianism, but they try to cloak as Christians. Okay. And some of them don't even cloak as Christian, but they do that. And they've been doing this stuff on me for years. Okay, to cause chaos and conflict. But again, I discovered some of the reasons why in the past life karmic reading. Okay, so that creates trauma in the nervous system. And so what they do is they use that to try to further perpetuate to everyone else how they're these, saint heroes, and and you're just this nervous wreck, confused person, but that's not it. So you're going to have to detach from worrying about, and I know that takes some time, right? Because you feel alone, you feel, what do? You've gone to this one and that one, you know what I'm saying? So chances are either they're all connected and involved, or they're just too dizzy and blind to even see and understand. Okay, so I'm trying to give you guys some nuggets to shortcut you so that you don't do what I did. Okay, of course you're going to do it according to your own path and however it ends up, panning out for you. But so that like, listen, save yourself some of the, unnecessary drama, pain, hurt to yourself, your children, your life, by ignoring your nervous system, which is going to give alerts in your body and signals about a person, a place, a thing. And this includes family. Okay. Don't play with that. All right. It's there for a reason. And if you're on a divine path of some sort, they have been, in ops, like I hear one of my favorite readers say, in ops, bounty hunters on your head, secret societies, sacrificing you, blood rituals, as my family does, okay, on me and my son. Some of them are still stalking me, okay, and this is going to be as for you as well, collective, if you're resonating, all right? Some of them are still stalking, especially if they came out in the reading earlier, like I was telling you guys about. And so, we already know what their end is, right? But I'm just simply saying, if you could shortcut yourself, bypass that. Okay, don't dilly-dally. I don't care if they're giving you money, buying you cars, making cookies, snacks, because that's literally that's the illusion, right? That's the illusion. And they play on the weaknesses and vulnerabilities, which is typical of narc energy, coward energy, mentally ill, all of that. That's what they do. That's who they are. That's all they got. Okay. And when they have opted to not heal, it only is progressive. Narcissism is progressive. Then if they're, worshipers of deities, of low frequencies and so forth, Luciferian and altar, all of that, you're not even dealing with the person that you think you're dealing with. You're dealing with something else. Okay. So just pay attention. Forget all of the extra, well, I need this and I need to prove and I need, and I might be tripping. Because, if you're introspective in a divine being, you automatically have a tendency to do that. But your body it's wisdom, because information is stored there. Just like survival of the fittest in the animal kingdom and all of that. It's telling you something. There is a record, if you will, of sorts that's in that nervous system. Okay. Now, I also want to go ahead and talk about something that I saw on another one of my the people that I follow and listen to. Some of you may have a similar situation where it's like it was so sick and sadistic, weird and twisted, and the list goes on and on. But there was a plot. There was a plot with, let's say you're divine feminine. There was a plot with, if your person ended up with a family member, a friend, or some shit like that, if it was some like weird dynamic, so they ended up getting in cahoots with your family members or friends. When you all broke up, there was plots to try to take you down. And the masculine he was a part of it. Because the masculine was in his shadow. He himself wasn't awakened. He himself was refusing. And this happens to any of us. When we don't align with that, we become susceptible and vulnerable to the locked energy of that karmic frequencies and all that implies. So some of them, if you're resonating as divine feminine, some of them, once you guys had the last breakup, then they went into the cahoots and the partnership, okay, with the friends, if it was your friends, if it was your family members, it was a plan and a plot to trap you, to set you up, to get you hurt, to get you in prison, to get you locked up, to get your kid killed, locked up, imprisoned, or to get custody. Or it was all these things happening that they had been plotting, and they went to work doing spell work exponentially, hiring witch doctors, all sorts of hitmans to get to you. Okay? Now, let me tell you why the hitman. Why the hitman? Why the stalker hitman on the ground? Why that one? Because in some cases, as you guys started healing and awakening and so forth, then the energy started shifting a lot, which meant a lot of backfire. Okay? Ancestors stepping in. So in terms of energy and the things of these witch doctors, things backfiring, or it's not happening. So they keep checking in to see, are they dead yet? Keep checking in to see, are they sick yet? Keep checking in to see, did the kid die yet? Keep checking in to see, did they get kidnapped? And so, essentially then in their frustration, it's like, okay, so we'll do that, but then we'll get a group of people to stalk her. Okay, so that's what happened with me, to stalk her and her son. So since in Nevada, like I said, it is, to me, Nevada is land of the lunatic karmics. I really believe that. I believe it's one of the lands of the lunatic karmics. There's the cops. Oh, shitty shit. Ooh, I think that's a sign. I think that's going along with what I'm talking about. Hold up. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, shit. Anyway, let me stop. I'm like, oh, yeah, it is. I see it. That cop is gone on somebody's ass right there. So I think it's going along with my message. Now, but back to where I was at, I just got excited because I felt like this was kind of going along with the whole thing. I'm like, ooh, ancestors are showing me like, yeah, we own asses. We own asses up there and we own asses down here. And they got a nice surprise coming. But, so in Nevada, first and foremost, it's prevalent, like I said, one of the most prevailing toxic places in the U.S., in my opinion. Because it thrives off the karmic template. You know what I'm saying? It ain't thriving off no motherfuckers being fucking whole. I tell you that. It's thriving off motherfuckers being drunk, whores, sluts. You know what I'm saying? Fucking, partiers, and you know what I mean? It sure ain't built on no harmony. So, if you can only imagine, then that's why. Just think about that. Play with it. So, not only that, then in my case, like with my family, they, have been out there all these years and had all these connects and contacts. And then my ex, likewise. And so they just all got in the cahoots, right? To track me, to follow me, knowing people at different locations and places in where I went, was attempting to poison me. Like I told y'all, somebody attempted, to slash my tires, putting shit on my door, food bags, weird shit, and then ended up led to, I'll look at it a certain way and I'll grab it and I'll go throw it away. So just different weird shit, smearing shit on, once time it was on my door. So this is what they've been doing. Okay. So they were hoping, that either, I would get into some kind of car accident. If they can get me somewhere enough isolated, to have my son, like I said, the plan was to either have him kidnapped, raped, beat up. He had already been attacked once. Okay. Yeah. So this is why I'm telling you guys, follow your nervous system. Don't Don't go there and try to contact 5 other relatives that are busy. Okay? I went through the long route for a while. Okay? But when you just come to realize that, first and foremost, chances are spells have been done on them already. If you're dealing with a dark witch and a witch coven or whatever the fuck in your family. So chances are spells have already been done. So they don't even have their capacities, whether they fully are aware of that or not. Okay? So if you were to try to contact them, all they're going to serve as is a flying monkey. As soon as you hang up, they're just going to call the ones that are behind the ops, the head behind the ops in the first place. They have no intention or real concern. They may say baby, sweetie, honey, sugar pie, but they don't. Okay? So bypass that for yourself. Follow it because your guides are behind it. Your guides are behind that, and then they're doing some things almost like trapping these people. Okay? Almost like trapping them into the very things that they're, about, that they're doing on land. Okay? And they do that, like I said, because when they feel like the energy work isn't quite having the effect that they wanted it to have, or it's not fast enough or whatever. Yeah. They had a plot and a twist to have me and my ex reconnect. Okay? This is only going to apply to those of you if they're that gone or that sick or that weak, because not everybody is like, some folks ain't going that deep, right? They had a plan to kind of like have my ex collaborate with them, so forth, and try to like set up some type of a, I want to call it a false reuniting, okay? A false reuniting, but it was only to try to either set me up so I can get hurt, so he can have sex with me or some shit to get energy, or just the weird shit. Okay, because people, they need to get close to you. See, a part of some of the energy work is some of it is they really need to be close. They need to be in the proximity near your body for certain things to take effect the way they want, whether it be they wanted him to drop something somewhere, or, what I'm saying, just different things like that. So that, it'll be able to plan my death and my funeral and act like it's some kind of tragedy. Oh, poor little Brandy, and we was, do all of that fake fuck shit. And it was all a plan, a plot and scheme anyway, so they can get some shit. And then so they can look wonderful and like they heroes, and so they can try to step into my destiny and still try to attempt to act like they me. Now, so it was supposed to go down like that, right? Because they were watching me the entire time. Like, in every possible way. They have been trolling. They have been stalking on land, in the air, the ethers, as well as online, and doing fuck shit and stealing and lying and thieving and doing all sorts of shit towards me and my son. And bloom from within love, in which I've created. I'll put it that way, in which I have created. All right. But here's where it took a turn. Okay. It took a turn. When they found out that I knew, this is going to be the same thing for you guys. When they found out that I knew, what did you know? Because they did find out. They found out that I knew all of it. All of it. Everything that was, being worked on so hard to make sure I didn't see, to make sure that I was confused or not in the know about something. All of it. A part of the reason why my sister, my older sister, and my ex, a part of the reason why they did not, back then, and I'm referring to back then, guys, I'm going back. I'm just trying to help you guys to see how this stuff happens. So if you feel like you're in a similar thread, Hopefully you can take my stuff as a precautionary, take the shortcut version. You know what I'm saying? If you can. If not, you got your own way of, getting through it. So the reason why they didn't post super publicly, they may have posted some things in like private ways or in restricted ways, but the reason why they didn't post anything super publicly, they probably had something public and then restricted, did certain things like that. Plus, they also knew that I didn't really give a fuck shit, chances are. They knew that I was already, kind of not interested. I was on my thing, healing and whatever, but they still wanted to ensure that, okay, well, she's in social media, so just in case, so it doesn't, pop up as she's on something. So that's why they did not post their status, their connection, the relationship status in that way. Okay. But it was supposed to throw me off. So that when they were trying to conspire this whole, okay, well, go and just tell her you're sorry. It's been a while. It's just false reuniting that you're sorry. And, because she doesn't know. Okay. Because at that point, it's supposed to be still hidden from me. So, she doesn't know. So, she's divine feminine. Because they know who the fuck I am. She's divine feminine. She's a loving, kind person. And since they actually know who he is, shit, I think the motherfuckers, even though, I'm going to leave that alone. Okay, I promise you. I'm like, this is it's kind of hilarious at this point, but, anyway. So, it's weird. It's like, because I feel like that's the lunatic energy. And because when my counterpart went, I'm telling y'all how this shit works. He got all the shit on her, on him. Yeah, that's how this shit works. And when you doing your special group stuff and all that, it's all that. So that's that's what I'm talking about. Witch covens that participate in that type of stuff, blood rituals and the orgies and the, all of that. But then, go to church. Because, see, this stuff is hidden. Everybody expect that, people just walk around with it on a t-shirt. It doesn't work like that. So they're looking to be able to try to identify those type. And so what they do is scapegoat and target who? Types like who? Myself. And those that are authentic but eccentric and don't have time to be spending 30,000 years trying to educate motherfuckers on the shit that they, So we just, whoop. It's an easy target. So they can put on their costume, boom, switch, escape. It's them. No, it's actually the other way. And unfortunately, a whole slew of people fell into their hole and trap. But now, so like I'm saying, whoop, the thing was, I wasn't supposed to find out. Because, see, we had reunited before. Remember? We reunited before. He had manifested me before. I was fencing to go on about my get down before. Remember? So the whole talk and the collaborations that have been being done was, okay, well, because see, they're just concerned about what I'm getting. Let me just tell y'all what this is about. This is sick. It's dumb. But you have to just simply understand what we're dealing with beyond the skin suit and the name and any memories that you may have associated with them. From the good old days. They are not who you think they are. So it's all about that karmic energy that they brought into this life that's unresolved. I attempted on my side. They opt out. I went on to continue to do my healing journey. Okay? I removed myself from everyone because like anyone else, I'm not perfect. The divines aren't perfect. We come so we can heal and deal with the things that caused the shit in our lives to begin with, and also what we carried in from the others. That's what marks us different. Divine beings yield and they heal. Okay? They heal. They ascend. So I went on. Boom. Okay, I'm out. I know what I need to know. Nope, I don't want to talk. Nope, I don't want to come to the barbecue. Nope, I do not. I don't need $20. Nope, I do not. Okay, I don't want to come to the hospital. I don't need to be made known, because the reason why they're sick is because they're fucking with me. So, no. Because they're doing stuff to my son. Sick, unmentionable shit. No. Right? I moved myself. Then they get aggravated. See, it would have been to a degree all right. Ooh, okay. Here the cops. Whoop, who asked they on? Because I never see the cops here. Never. It's super duper quiet. They riding somebody ass though up around here. So, okay. Now, this is going to get good. I low-key, man. Okay, anyway. See, now I'm getting nosy. So, it would have been fine to a degree if long as I was in pain. Okay, because this is how they manage to make themselves feel like they have arrived, they were right and wonderful, and they can go about telling all of the peoples about how they were right and how wonderful they are, and how pitiful I'm supposed to be, right? So as long as they could have kept it like that, but the problem is when I started healing and what came with it. They do not, I'm not going to say they didn't, they do not, right? And this is going to be for some of y'all's, okay? They do not want you all to have any form of happiness and success. I mean, if you want to just demystify it and reduce it to its lowest terms, that's what it is at the end of the day. They felt entitled to it, which is the definition of narcissism and sociopathic energy. I don't care how you dress it up. Okay? So if you go off on your own, don't even be bothered with them no more. And, unfortunately have the audacity to be successful, to have the audacity to be happy or like something that you're doing or people celebrate you in any way. This is what get all of that, all of every evil in which resides upon them and in them get stirred up exponentially. So they collaborate. And in my case, it was group. It was group. Hear me out. Group. Many. Sad people, actually. And unfortunately, what they're about to see with their own families and things that are close to them is heartbreaking. For trying to bounty hunt me and my son. For taking from me and my son. From doing illegal activity to me and my son. And bloom with them love. And that's the unfortunate part. And guess what? The groups, the groups that was leading, the leading witches and the leading, my family, they don't care. They look at it like a chess game. You put the pawn out on the board. You got to take your hit and your loss for the cause. So they may try to cry and go, they don't know what's happening. It was a pawn. You were a pawn. They needed a group of folks to do some things with them. So, collective. When all of that shifts for you, this is when you're going to see in high gear. You're going to notice more and more shit. Because you were supposed to go somewhere and cry and be on the floor and, in a hospital, not able to walk and, when that didn't happen, right? So it kind of frustrated the plan. When they realized that I knew what happened between my ex and my sister, then it's like, fuck me today. So we gonna have to just, if the energy work ain't gonna work, if she's not gonna be, buy into getting back with him or meeting up with him or, any of that, then we're gonna have to put a lot of men on the ground to hunt her down. Her and her son. We'll still do the spell work. Chances are they put the spell work on the motherfuckers that they use because they got to convince them to do it. Or people that's broke enough, willing to sell their soul and life and all their kids and houses and everything that's important to them. Behind it. So your nervous system, it's a reason why I have the title. Because the quicker you can catch up with it and not really dilly-dally, the more you'll be able to navigate easily with your guides and not waste time, because they rely on time being wasted. Divine beings have a tendency to be very compassionate, very introspective, very, want to try to think things through, don't want to necessarily assume that one is really that much of a lunatic and gone to the way left with extra, whatever kind of energy is in existence that is of toxicity. They have all of them with nice outfits and shit. Okay. But they, when divines are still in the lighter side of their energy, starseeds, earth angels, it's not in our hardwire. So we have to actually learn how to go into our shadow. Isn't that a trip? We have to learn how to go into that aspect that comes with being a human to survive when there is a threat, versus the energy template from being perhaps a starseed and an earth angel, which has a whole nother get down, pure energy, pure love. So it's foreign to these types of beings. It's foreign to them. So they have to come and learn how, wait a minute, there's some Disney motherfuckers on the scene. I don't care if they coming with the Girl Scout cookies and shit. You got to be able to you got to be able to fucking start picking it up. They send you text messages talking about, I'm sending you a hug. How is your body talking to you when you get that text message? See, you got to learn how to tap into that kind of stuff, because they come in all the forms that they think you're receptive to. So if you have a tendency to be receptive to certain type of spirituality or lingo language, then that's kind of the means and methods in which they come at you. Right? I'm a friend. Okay, pay attention. And this is not about paranoia. That's why I said, balance this out. You're gonna know. Fuck what they think. You're gonna know. Because they are gonna go about something. They paranoid, they crazy. Yeah, but some people they find out on their own. And unfortunately, the most painful ways. Okay? So don't be too concerned about that. Okay? What did Forrest Gump say? Stupid is as stupid does. Like, you can't go there. You got to go with that primal stuff that we came here for, and it's supposed to serve in a good way. Your guides are then on top of it. Like, I kept seeing the cops that I never see. Like, this is the first time since I left Solemn that I done seen cops coming down where I'm at. The first time. That's telling me something. Like, let they ass try it. Let them try it. Ain't nobody that bad and ain't nobody that intelligent. Let them try it. So it is for you. But this all comes with, let me tell you guys what it comes with. Why? It's your surrender. And working with Source and your spirit guides. That's where that is coming from. Okay, especially if there's been gross, severe injustices and violations done to you and your son or your daughter or your life. Okay? Remember how I talked about the scales are shifting now because of like this energy? They're really not playing. They're really not. So, I mean, it's going to be hitting, the practitioners and all these people, the bounty hunters, the practitioners, whoever was in cahoots, whoever knew, whoever collaborated, whoever benefited, from attempting to, your demise. Nobody thinks it's going to happen until it does, just like that other reading I did. That reading had went out. It was probably something everybody was like, ha, 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 ha. Yeah, so stupid. Look at me. And then like later, it's like, oh shit, motherfucker. It was right. God damn it. So don't even trip off of that. See, if you're a divine feminine or a divine masculine, you got to pull out of that part because it don't really matter at the end of the day. It doesn't matter. Karmics are the ones that are overly focused on, the appearance and what others are going to think. This is about you and your right to your freedom, your right to your life, your healing, your blessings, your abundance on your terms, not dictated, manipulated, dominated, used, controlled by nobody. This is why, they try to energy harvest and, all of that. I don't want to go too deep into that, guys, but that's their get down, man. Don't shed tears. Don't cry. That compassionate energy, give it back to you because those motherfuckers show the fuck wasn't. Did they care about fucking doing weird shit to your kid, your son and shit? Like, you have to think about shit like that before, we go into the star seed, earth angel, because that's the natural state of a star seed and an earth angel. But it can cause you to just walk right on back into the enemy's whole bear trap and shit. Whoa, hi, star seed, earth angel, I'm here to help you. Really? Here I come to here I come. Oh, let's reunite. Boom. Thing clap up over you and shit. They're doing weird, fuck that. Because they're not there. If you want to equate them to the Walking Dead, then maybe that'll help you. Because nobody's thinking about that with the Walking Dead, whether it was a family member or not. If they've been bitten and they're gone, right? Essentially, they got bit, they died, they got back up, but they got back up something else in the same body. And essentially, they're just hedonistically driven. So all they know is that they want to feed. They want to feed, and that includes you. They're not going to pause and say, oh, wait, excuse me. I wouldn't do such to my family. No, they have no moral code. They're gone. So you have to equate that and go, okay, this is like the Walking Dead show. And I'm Rick Grimes. Whoa, the sheriff's hat with your tilt. Y'all can see me walking right now. Y'all be laughing. I was actually got on boots and a hat. Right? Rick Grimes. You know what I'm saying? Whoa. It was built off of him, if you guys are familiar with the show, which he is so totally hot. Man. British dudes. I think he's British. Or Australian. I don't know. I think, yeah. He is totally hot. I was so upset when he went off the show. But anyway. He was, one of the main first characters that, as they were surviving, the end times and shit. But he was a bad motherfucker. Right? But he had character. He had decency. But, you know what I'm saying? That kind of energy. Sharp with it. So that's the attitude we have to hold. And please take it with balance. I'm not saying to go about living your life, your body. Long as you start practicing your intuition and tapping in, you won't have to. The only reason why we've had to do it before was because we were traumatized and we were in the shark tank with the land of Karmicville, Sodom and Gomorrah. So it's kind of like, ooh, sharks all around, But as we start moving out of that, ascending, manifesting out, getting used to being able to navigate your system to guide you versus just logic 3D. Okay? Your system to guide you, like, what is their energy? Not what they're saying. Not what they're saying, what's their energy? Not what they look like, not what they got on. Not if they're crying or not. See, if we just go to all of that, you can still get fucked up. I don't know why folks act like they can't get manipulated. I don't know why folks act like they ain't never been manipulated, okay, by somebody that had the waterworks from all the damn day. Like the people when somebody die and they go to the casket and shit. The drama king or queen is the one that was causing the most hell. The one that go in there and fall out inside the casket. Oh, God. Oh, shit. Oh, please. Oh, my God, fuck me. That one, they probably put the poison in the soda and shit. You know what I'm saying? Waiting for that insurance money to come on through. We got to get past that. And I'm sorry if this is you. I will be uploading this to YouTube. I am. As a divine being, I am. But I promise you, listen, guys, all these phases, they change. I can guarantee you they change, man. They do. It doesn't always feel the way it feels when you're first in it or when you first come to the knowledge about it or so forth. As you stay with your process and allow yourself to go through all of that, you start to actually feel pretty strong. You start to look at it and see how strong you are. You also start to see how precious you must be, okay, for so many to be trying to take you out. Because you knowing that you've lived your life, you meant no ill intent towards people, you went on and chose your path, then there's no logic behind why so many would, except they got evil in them and on them. And they're not healed. No matter what industries and fields they're in, what offices and businesses, organizations, centers, groups, churches, if they're a part of any such activity as such, then it applies to them as well. This is why we have to learn how to let go of all of that, because when we're still glued and attached and go, oh no, they're a teacher, they're a pastor, they're a good old good old fashioned Southern Christian, okay. Or they have the, holistic healing, most popular, world renowned, or, Reiki center healing place, and, everybody raves, and that, okay. Doesn't mean they're healed and whole, folks. Doesn't mean they awaken. Doesn't mean that they're not karmics. Can karmics not run a church? I mean, I don't know why we make it that difficult. Could they not? Like, are they blocked off or something? No, not in this 3D. No. They can learn anything you learn. What divine do, they can go and learn it and get them a certificate too. Okay? If they want to be ordained, they can go be ordained. You heard me? If they wants to be a Reiki master and a tarot reader, they can go and be one. You hear me? That's why it's important for us, because can't nobody do this for you. This is why we shouldn't be looking on external and then automatically stopping it. Oh, they do meditations and they go talk about mental health, and their whole mind is not even there no more. They whole get down is being ran by some other shit. Follow your guidance. Oh wait, did they go yet? I was supposed to give something to somebody. Hi. Okay, I'll be back, you guys.